All right, so problem set 26. We are going to factor trinomials. I feel like you've done this before. So if we have x squared plus 6 minus 5x. First step, we are going to get them in descending order. So that means you take the highest power first and then go down from there. So highest power, x squared. Next highest power, x. And lowest power is the constant. Then you are asking yourself, what two numbers multiply to make 6 and add to make -5? Now, for now, you kind of have to suffer through it and think it through, and then eventually you'll be fast enough to not worry about it. So how can we make 6? 2 times 3, right? What do those add to make?
6. Or 5, wow.
5. Okay, what if I had -2 and 3? Does that make 6?
No.
No, that makes -6. But what if I did -2 times -3? That would give me 6. And if I add them, that would get -5. So once I've found those numbers, I am going to write, so this is step 2, then I'm going to write it in factored form. Remember, factoring is the opposite of distributing. So when we distribute, we get rid of the parentheses. When we factor, we get the parentheses. So this is x minus 2 times x minus 3. And that's it. You can actually go back and check this if you want to make sure it is correct. Okay, so if you wanted to, you would multiply x times x, you get x squared, -2 times x, -3 times x, gets you -5x, -2 times -3 is +6. So it is a guessing game, but if you guess wisely, as you're listing these numbers out, you can see it pretty quickly. I would recommend, if this doesn't come easy to you, to write out the numbers, but eventually you shouldn't have to. So let's do this one. -x squared plus 5x plus 14. Now, we are bothered by the minus sign. Okay, up here, bothered. All right, excellent. Everyone is bothered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to factor that out. If I factor out a minus from positive 5x, what am I left with? -5x. If I take out a negative from 14, I get -14, right? Now I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to make -14 and add to make -5. What numbers multiply to make 14? 2 and 7. But that doesn't make -14, so either the 2 has to be negative or a 7. So this is -14, but if I add them, I get 5 and -5. Which one's correct? This one, right? Because those two numbers add to make -5. So now I'm going to factor it. It's x plus 2, x minus 7. So I take this number and plug it in.
And what's the negative at the end, right?
Since I missed this one, it goes out front. Excellent question. Yes?
I'm just curious, where does this where does factoring trinomials apply in real life?
In real life, you tell me. So basically, if you're solving anything, you will need it. Isn't that great? Now they're here. Guaranteed. You can go. Goodbye. All right. So basically, if you have to solve any equation like this, then you would need to factor. Doing okay?
Yes.
Okay.
I got ink. Wait, we don't have homework.
So, yeah, that's that. Or if you're like throwing things, or if you're launching missiles, or if you're like, it's basically a simple way of solving things. So, very useful. You can also use it to find the equation from 2 points. That's fun. See you later. Be safe. Try not to be as injured as you are currently. Okay, so first step, descending order. So that means I'm going to write -3x squared plus 6x plus 24. Remember, there's an invisible plus there. Then I want x squared by itself, so I'm going to factor out what?
Negative.
-3. So I'm going to take each one of these and divide it by -3. So that gives me x squared. 6 divided by -3 would be -2. 24 divided by -3 is
-8.
-8. Good. Now what numbers multiply to make -8? That would be 2 and 4, or 2 and -4. If I add -2 plus 4, I get 2. If I add 2 and -4, I get -2. So these are the correct ones. So it's x plus 2, x minus 4. Don't forget to bring the little guy in front. Cool. And that is half of your lesson. So the other half of your lesson is overlapping triangles. So what's going to happen is you're going to have a triangle, and you're going to have to do some sort of similar triangles with it, but these are both right triangles. It's the same as the problems you had before, but with right triangles instead of non-right triangles. That's a 4. Okay, first step.
Like triangles.
Oh, right, the two triangles except.
Pythagorean.
Draw the two triangles first. Draw them separately. And then, sir, you are correct. Make sure you add those. Okay? Don't just leave them. Don't put 4. It's going to be 10. And this is a plus b. Now, how do I find a? Well, since it's a right triangle, I can do the Pythagorean theorem here to find a. That would be a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So that's 6 squared plus 4 squared equals a squared. A equals
Square root of 50.
square root of 50, which is 5 square root of 2. Gross? Yeah.
Very gross.
From there, can I find b and c? Yes. I'm going to use ratios. So I could do 6 over 10 is 5 square root of 2 over 5 square root of 2 plus b. Is that ugly?
Yeah.
Yeah. Solvable? Of course. I could do 6 over 10 is 4 over c. And that is also solvable. What is the answer to that one?
No, it's because you gotta do A equals B.
6 over 4 is 10. Or sorry, 6 over 10
Yeah.
is 4 over c. What is c?
Oh.
46th, which is 20/3. That's gross. So they're ugly, but nothing new other than the fact that you can use the Pythagorean theorem. And that is problem set 26. You may be